Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to another reading. Today, I want to talk with you about something that feels so potent right now for Virgo. We're diving into the love energy that's currently making its way toward you. And honestly, when I laid out these cards, I had to take a moment because the message is really something special. So let me just shuffle here and connect with your energy. Virgo, I'm feeling this really interesting blend of practicality meeting pure emotion, which is so you, right? You're always the one who wants to make sense of feelings, to organize them somehow. But what's coming through today is about allowing yourself to feel without needing to analyze every single thing. All right, I just pulled the first card and we have Eight of Pentacles here. This is fascinating as an opening card for a love reading, because it's telling me that the energy you're attracting right now is deeply connected to your personal dedication and growth. You know how you've been working on yourself, Virgo? Maybe you've been in therapy, journaling, really doing the inner work to understand your patterns in relationships. Maybe you've been focusing on your career, your health, building yourself into this stronger version of who you were. The Eight of Pentacles is saying that this dedication, this commitment to your own evolution, is literally becoming magnetic. The love energy you're attracting is responding to this quality in you. It's not random people anymore. It's not surface connections. You're pulling in someone who recognizes and respects the work you've done on yourself. This card shows me a person bent over their craft, perfecting every detail, and that's you right now. You're perfecting the craft of knowing yourself, of understanding what you truly need in a partnership. And here's what's beautiful about this energy. When you work on yourself with this level of dedication, you start attracting people who are also doing their work. No more projects, no more people you need to fix or save. The Eight of Pentacles energy is mature, it's grounded, it's someone who shows up consistently because they've learned that love is a practice, not just a feeling. I'm seeing that you might meet this person in a very ordinary setting, maybe through work or a class, or while you're literally just living your life and focusing on your goals. It won't be dramatic or movie-like. It'll be natural, almost like they were just supposed to be there. And you know what else this card is telling me? The person you're attracting appreciates your Virgo nature. They're not trying to change how thoughtful you are, how you like things a certain way, how you need time to process emotions. They actually find it attractive that you're not impulsive, that you think things through. This is someone who values stability and commitment just as much as you do. The next card coming through is Ace of Cups. And oh my goodness, Virgo, this is pure new beginning energy in love. After that Eight of Pentacles showing me all your hard work, the Ace of Cups is the universe saying that your efforts are about to overflow into something beautiful. This is one of the most positive cards you can get in a love reading because it represents a fresh start, a new emotional chapter that's untainted by past hurts. I'm seeing that you're attracting the energy of genuine emotional availability. Someone is coming into your space who is ready to offer you their heart in a real way. Not half-hearted, not confused about what they want, but truly ready to explore a connection with you. The cup in this card is overflowing, which tells me this person has done their own healing work too. They're not coming to you empty, needing you to fill all their voids. They're coming with their own fullness, their own emotional capacity, and they want to share that with you. For you specifically, Virgo, this is significant because I know you tend to attract people who need fixing, people who are emotionally unavailable or still hung up on exes or just not in a place to truly show up. The Ace of Cups is breaking that pattern. This new love energy is clear, it's pure. It's not complicated by baggage or games or mixed signals. When this person shows interest, you'll know it. When they say something, they'll mean it. The Ace of Cups also represents divine timing in love. You know how you've been feeling like maybe you're behind somehow? Like everyone else has found their person and you're still waiting? This card is saying that your timing is actually perfect. Everything you've experienced, every heartbreak, every lesson, has prepared you to receive this new love in the right way. You're not the same person you were even 6 months ago. You've grown, you've healed, and now you're vibrationally ready for what's coming. I'm also seeing with this card that you need to stay open. Sometimes, Virgo, you can be a bit guarded because you've been hurt before, and your analytical mind wants to protect you by finding all the potential problems before they even happen. But the Ace of Cups is asking you to take a chance on feeling again. Not recklessly, but with a willingness to be surprised by love. Moving to the third card, we have Page of Wands here, and this is adding such a playful, exciting energy to your reading. The love you're attracting has this youthful quality to it, not necessarily in age, but in spirit. This is about spontaneity, adventure, trying new things together. For you, Virgo, who can sometimes get stuck in routines and the comfortable familiar, the Page of Wands energy is coming to shake things up in the best way. This person you're attracting will inspire you to be more spontaneous. They'll suggest random day trips. They'll want to try that new restaurant with you. They'll bring this sense of exploration to your life. And here's what's interesting about this energy. It's not overwhelming or chaotic. The Page of Wands is still learning, still exploring, which means this person brings excitement but in a way that feels safe for you. They're not going to pressure you to be someone you're not. They're just going to gently encourage you to expand your comfort zone. I'm seeing that this relationship will have a really fun foundation. You'll laugh together a lot. There's this sense of being able to be silly with each other, which is something you need, Virgo, because you can be so serious and hard on yourself. This person will remind you that love should feel light and joyful, not heavy and stressful. The Page of Wands also suggests that communication in this connection will be really engaging. You'll have those conversations that start about one thing, and then suddenly you've been talking for 3 hours and you don't even know where the time went. There's genuine interest in getting to know each other, genuine curiosity about each other's minds and experiences. This card is also telling me that this person might be quite passionate and expressive. Where you might be more reserved in showing emotion, they're more open about what they're feeling. And this actually creates a nice balance because they'll help bring out that more expressive side of you that sometimes gets buried under your practical exterior. The Page of Wands energy is optimistic too. This person sees possibilities everywhere. They're excited about the future in a way that might be contagious for you. Card number 4 is Seven of Cups, and this is where things get really interesting. This card is often about choices, options, and sometimes illusion versus reality. In the context of the love energy you're attracting, the Seven of Cups is showing me that you might actually have more than one option coming your way. But here's the thing, Virgo. Not all options are created equal, and this card is asking you to be discerning. You have such good intuition, even though you don't always trust it because you want logical proof of everything. The Seven of Cups is saying that when it comes to love right now, you need to look beyond the surface. Someone might seem perfect on paper but not feel right in your gut. Or someone might not be your usual type at all, but there's something about them that keeps drawing you in. Trust those feelings. This card is also highlighting that you might be attracting attention from different directions. And it's important not to get overwhelmed by the options or to start fantasizing about what each option could be, rather than seeing them clearly for what they are. One of the cups in this card contains treasure, the real deal, but the others are illusions or distractions. Your job is to stay grounded and clear-headed enough to recognize which is which. I'm also seeing that some of what you're attracting might be old patterns trying to resurface. Maybe an ex reaches out, or someone who represents a familiar dynamic that you know isn't good for you. The Seven of Cups can be about temptation and getting lost in what could be rather than what is. You need to be really honest with yourself about whether you're being attracted to someone for the right reasons, or if you're falling for potential rather than reality. The beautiful thing about you, Virgo, is that when you really think about it, you know the truth. You can feel it. So this card is essentially a reminder to not let fantasy cloud your judgment. When the right person shows up, and they will based on these other cards, they won't be confusing. They won't make you question everything. There will be clarity there, even if it takes time to build. The 5th card is Death. And before you panic, hear me out because this is actually incredibly powerful for you right now. The Death card in Tarot is about transformation, endings making way for new beginnings, and the complete shedding of an old identity or pattern. In terms of the love energy you're attracting, the Death card is telling me that you're in the process of completely transforming your relationship with love itself. The old version of you who settled, who ignored red flags, who gave more than you received, who believed you had to earn love through perfection, that version is dying. And it needs to die so that the new you can fully emerge and attract what you truly deserve. This is deep soul-level transformation work that's happening, Virgo. You're not just changing your dating strategy or trying new apps or saying you want something different. You're fundamentally shifting how you value yourself and what you're willing to accept in relationships. The Death card shows that the love energy you're attracting now is only possible because you've allowed old patterns to die. You've had to go through the pain of that, the grief of letting go of people and situations that weren't right for you even though you wanted them to be. But that death creates space. It creates fertile ground for something new to grow. And what's growing is a version of you who understands that you don't need to be perfect to be worthy of love. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be smaller or quieter or more accommodating to be loved. The Death card is also telling me that the person you're attracting has been through their own transformation too. They're not who they used to be. They've had their own death and rebirth process, their own journey of becoming someone capable of real partnership. So when you two meet, it's not two wounded people trying to heal each other. It's two people who have already done significant healing work and are now ready to build something healthy together. This is mature love energy, conscious love energy. It's not about completing each other, but complementing each other. The Death card asks you to fully release any remaining attachment to how you thought your love story should go and trust that what's actually coming is so much better than what you imagined. Card number 6 is Queen of Wands. And this energy is absolutely gorgeous for you, Virgo. The Queen of Wands is confident, magnetic, charismatic, passionate, and fully comfortable in her own skin. The love you're attracting is responding to you stepping into your Queen of Wands energy. Even though you're an earth sign and this is fire energy, you have this within you. It's the part of you that's creative, that has vision, that knows what you want and isn't afraid to go after it. The Queen of Wands doesn't chase, but she also doesn't hide. She's visible. She's authentic. She's unapologetic about who she is. And right now, Virgo, you're being asked to embody more of this energy. The person you're attracting is drawn to confidence. Not arrogance, but that quiet self-assurance that comes from knowing your worth. They're attracted to your independence, to the fact that you have your own life, your own goals, your own fire burning. The Queen of Wands in a love reading often indicates that you're attracting someone who admires your strength and your passion for life. This might be someone who's quite expressive themselves, someone with that fire sign energy who's warm and enthusiastic and brings a lot of energy to everything they do. Or it could be that you're attracting this quality of relationship, one where both people maintain their individual fire while coming together to create something even brighter. I'm also seeing that the Queen of Wands is encouraging you to be more vocal about what you want. Sometimes you can be hesitant to express your needs clearly because you don't want to seem demanding or difficult. But the energy you're attracting right now responds to clarity and directness. This person will respect you more when you state your boundaries and expectations clearly. They don't want to guess what you're thinking or feeling. They want you to show up as the queen you are and communicate like one. The Queen of Wands is also about creativity and passion in relationships. The love you're attracting will have a creative element to it. Maybe you'll inspire each other's creative pursuits, or you'll enjoy creating things together, or the relationship itself will feel like a creative act, something you're both actively building and shaping together. There's warmth here, genuine warmth. This person's presence will feel like sunshine to you. Now we're at the 7th card, 5 of Pentacles, and this might seem like a strange card in a love reading, but stay with me because this is important. The 5 of Pentacles traditionally represents hardship, feeling left out in the cold, struggling. In the context of what you're attracting in love, this card is showing me that you're attracting someone who understands struggle, who has empathy for difficult times, who won't abandon you when things get hard. But more than that, I think this card is showing up to remind you of where you've been. You've felt alone in love before, Virgo. You felt like you were standing outside in the cold while everyone else was warm and safe inside. You've struggled with feeling worthy of love, with feeling chosen. The 5 of Pentacles is validating that experience while also showing you that you're moving past it. The love energy you're attracting now is partly defined by it being the opposite of that cold, lonely feeling. This new person, this new energy, is the warmth you've been seeking. It's the door opening and welcoming you in from the cold. I'm also seeing that this card might indicate you and this person bonding over shared struggles or understanding each other's past hardships. There's a depth that comes from having been through difficult times. You won't have to pretend everything has always been easy for you. You can be real about your struggles, and they'll get it because they've been through their own version of hard times. This creates intimacy and trust. The 5 of Pentacles can also be a reminder not to let past scarcity mindset affect your current abundance. Just because love has felt scarce before doesn't mean it is now. Just because you've been hurt before doesn't mean you will be again. The energy you're attracting is different because you are different. You've learned, you've grown, you've healed. You're not the same person who accepted crumbs before. Now you're ready for the whole feast, and the universe is preparing to deliver it. The 8th card here is 4 of Pentacles. And this is highlighting something really important about the energy dynamics in the love you're attracting. The 4 of Pentacles is about security, stability, and sometimes holding on too tightly. In a positive light, this card is telling me that the relationship energy coming toward you will offer you real security. This isn't a flaky connection or someone who's here today and gone tomorrow. This is solid, stable energy. Someone who's serious about building something lasting. For you, Virgo, who needs security and consistency in relationships, This is really important. This person will show up reliably. They'll do what they say they're going to do. You won't be left wondering where you stand or whether they're going to disappear. However, the Four of Pentacles also has a shadow side that's worth addressing. It can represent holding on too tightly out of fear, being overly controlling, or staying in situations out of fear of losing security rather than genuine desire. I think this card is showing up to make sure that as you're attracting this stable love energy, you don't grip it so tightly that you suffocate it. There's a balance between creating security and allowing freedom, between having standards and boundaries while also staying open and flexible. You might need to watch your tendency, Virgo, to want to control outcomes or to plan everything to death. Real relationships have some uncertainty built into them because they involve another human being with their own free will. The Four of Pentacles is asking you to find security within yourself first, so that you can enjoy the stability this relationship offers without becoming dependent on it for your sense of safety. I'm also seeing that financial stability or material security might be something that's important in this connection. Maybe you're both financially responsible and that's something you appreciate about each other. Or maybe building a stable life together, creating material security as a team, becomes an important part of your bond. This isn't about materialism, but about practical partnership, which is very Virgo of you. Card number 9 is Eight of Swords, and at first glance this might seem concerning, but I think it's showing up as a warning and a reminder more than a description of what you're attracting. The Eight of Swords represents feeling trapped, limited by your own thoughts, unable to see the way forward because you're blindfolded by fear or limiting beliefs. In the context of your love reading, I think this card is showing me that the main obstacle to you fully receiving the love you're attracting is your own mental patterns. You might be trapping yourself with thoughts like you're too picky, you're too damaged, you're too old or too set in your ways, you've missed your chance, no one will love you exactly as you are. These thoughts are the swords surrounding you, Virgo, and they're not even real. They're just thoughts. The person in the Eight of Swords is actually free to walk away at any time, but they don't realize it because they can't see clearly. You have way more freedom and possibility in love than you're allowing yourself to believe. The Eight of Swords is asking you to challenge your limiting beliefs about love and relationships. When you catch yourself thinking something negative about your chances or your worthiness, stop and ask yourself if it's actually true or if it's just fear talking. Most of the time, it's fear. The love you're attracting is real and available to you, but you have to remove the blindfold and be willing to see it and receive it. I'm also seeing that you might be overthinking things to the point where you talk yourself out of good situations. Your Virgo mind is incredible at analysis, but sometimes it works against you in love because you analyze everything to death instead of just feeling and experiencing. The Eight of Swords is saying that you need to get out of your head and into your heart more. Not recklessly, but with more trust in your ability to handle whatever comes. You're not as fragile as your mind sometimes tells you. You've survived everything up until now. You can handle love, even if it doesn't go perfectly. The 10th and final card is Seven of Pentacles. And this is such a perfect closing card for you, Virgo. The Seven of Pentacles is about patience, long-term vision, and trusting that the seeds you've planted will grow in their own time. This card shows someone standing back and looking at their garden, assessing the progress, understanding that growth takes time. In terms of the love energy you're attracting, the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that what's coming to you is worth the wait. This isn't instant gratification love. It's not going to be 0 to 100 overnight. It's going to be a slow, steady build of something real and lasting. And I know that can be frustrating, especially when you've been waiting and working on yourself for so long. But the Seven of Pentacles is reassuring you that every effort you've made, every lesson you've learned, every boundary you've set, every time you chose yourself, it's all been planting seeds. And those seeds are starting to sprout. You might not see the full garden yet, but it's growing. The person you're attracting will likely be someone who also values slow, steady growth in relationships. They won't rush you or pressure you to move faster than you're comfortable with. They'll understand that building something real takes time and attention and care. This is someone who's in it for the long term, who's willing to be patient as the relationship develops naturally. The Seven of Pentacles also suggests that you'll be able to see tangible results of the work you've done on yourself reflected in this relationship. You'll notice yourself responding differently than you used to, making better choices, communicating more clearly, setting boundaries more easily. And you'll feel proud of that growth. This card is also about reassessment and making adjustments. As this new love energy comes in, you might need to check in with yourself periodically and make sure things are growing in a direction that feels right for you. The Seven of Pentacles isn't about just sitting back passively. It's about actively tending to what you're cultivating while also giving it space and time to flourish. You're being asked to stay committed to your own growth and to building this relationship while also practicing patience and trust in divine timing. So Virgo, when I look at all these cards together, here's what I'm seeing about the love energy you're attracting right now. You're pulling in mature, stable, emotionally available love because you've done the work to become ready for it. You've transformed yourself through the death card process. You've learned to embody your Queen of Wands confidence. You've dedicated yourself to understanding yourself better through the Eight of Pentacles. And now the Ace of Cups is bringing you a fresh start, a new beginning in love that's untainted by old patterns. The Page of Wands adds excitement and playfulness to keep things fun and light. The Seven of Cups reminds you to stay discerning and choose wisely among your options. The Five of Pentacles acknowledges where you've been and shows you moving into warmth and security. The Four of Pentacles promises stability while reminding you not to grip too tightly. The Eight of Swords asks you to free yourself from limiting beliefs. And the Seven of Pentacles assures you that your patience and efforts will pay off in the form of lasting, real love. This is beautiful energy, Virgo. You're not attracting chaos or drama or people who need fixing. You're attracting real partnership with someone who's ready for what you're ready for. Someone who sees your worth and appreciates the incredible person you are. Someone who's willing to build something lasting with you, step by step, day by day. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust that the universe is bringing you exactly what your soul needs at exactly the right time. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this reading brought you some clarity and hope. Sending you so much love and light on your journey.